all know life throws curveballs, right?
Oh, definitely.
Like a sudden car repair, maybe an unexpected medical bill, or, even losing a job.
Yeah, the big stuff.
But when these financial storms hit, have you ever noticed how some people just seem to, well, weather them calmly?
While others get really stressed out, maybe go into debt.
Exactly. So today, we're diving deep into their secret, the emergency fund.
That financial safety net.
But here's the thing, this deep dive, it isn't just about repeating those generic numbers you always hear.
Oh, right, like the standard advice.
Our mission today is to really navigate all the advice on how much to save. We want to move beyond just a single number.
Towards something truly personalized.
Yeah, something that fits your specific life, your circumstances.
We're going to unpack the key insights from our sources.
To give you a roadmap, basically, for a financial safety net that actually works for you.
Yeah, it's so important we move past that idea of a single, rigid formula fitting everyone.
Because it just doesn't.
No. What gives one person security might be, well, completely inadequate for someone else. So we're going to explore those nuances, those differences.
And give you the tools to figure out your unique path.
Exactly. Your financial terrain.
Okay, so when we talk about this safety net, this emergency fund, where do most experts usually say to start?
Well, the common starting point.
That benchmark number.
Right. Most personal finance experts point to a range, saving about 3 to 6 months worth of your essential living expenses.
3 to 6 months. Okay.
Yeah, that's a widely accepted benchmark. It's designed to give you a solid buffer against, typical unforeseen stuff.
And essential expenses, what does it actually mean, like specifically?
Good question. We're talking absolute non-negotiables here. Your rent or mortgage payment, utilities got to keep the lights on, basic groceries.
Food, yeah.
Insurance premiums you have to pay, like health or car insurance. And minimum loan payments, just the minimums.
So not like eating out or subscription?
Definitely not. Bare bones.
Yeah.
So to put a number on it, let's say your absolute necessities add up to $3,000 a month.
Okay.
That benchmark would mean you'd aim for somewhere between $9,000 and $18,000 in your fund.
9 to 18,000.
Yeah. It's that crucial shield against, say, losing your job or those unexpected bills popping up.
Keeps you out of debt, ideally.
That's the goal. It's designed to prevent you from having to borrow money in a crisis.
That initial buffer makes a lot of sense. It gives everyone a clear starting line.
It does.
But you mentioned earlier that this universal metric, this 3 to 6 months, it doesn't always cut it.
Not always, no.
What are some of those other factors, maybe less obvious ones, that make a personalized fund so critical? Why isn't it just pick a number and go?
Right, and that's where this deep dive really gets interesting.
Uh-huh.
While 3 to 6 months is a great starting point, it really is just a starting point.
Okay.
Your personal circumstances, they can dictate really significant adjustments.
Like what, for example?
Well, think about the emotional toll of a long job search if you're in a very niche field.
Okay.
Or the possibility of suddenly needing to care for an aging parent.
Right, things you don't plan for.
Exactly. These aren't just financial hits. They take time. They take emotional energy. So the right amount for your family or your specific situation, it isn't just math.
It's more than just the numbers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's also about your comfort level, how much risk you can tolerate,
Okay.
and just the broader context of your life,
Yeah.
Like someone with a really strong family support system or maybe super in-demand job skills,
Uh-huh.
they might feel okay with a bit less saved.
Right.
But someone else, maybe facing health challenges or in a really unstable industry, they'd probably need a lot more to actually sleep soundly at night.
That makes a lot of sense. So let's dig into that. Let's peel back the layers with some real scenarios.
Okay.
Say someone listening is single, got a steady job, renting, no kids, reliable paycheck.
The classic young professional, maybe?
Yeah, kind of like that. Where might they typically fall on this 3 to 6 month spectrum?
Well, for that kind of scenario, you could argue they might comfortably lean towards the lower end.
Like around 3 months?
Around 3 months, yeah.
Ugh.
If you're single, renting, stable job, your financial obligations are usually a bit simpler.
Fewer moving parts.
Fewer moving parts. If an emergency hits, like a job loss, maybe your job search is quicker. And your expenses during that time are just covering you.
Right, just yourself.
Think of, let's call her Maya. Young professional, just started her career, predictable income, good job prospects. For Maya, 3 months is probably a pretty good initial cushion. It stops small problems from snowballing,
Hmm.
especially if she maybe has a strong professional network or even family she could lean on temporarily in a real worst-case situation.
So her risk profile is lower.
Generally, yes.
Yeah.
Allows for maybe slightly more conservative fund to start.
Okay. But then let's shift gears. What happens when you add in things like a family or owning a home? That changes the picture, right?
Oh, dramatically. It shifts significantly.
How so?
For families, or if you own your home, it's almost always strongly advised to err on the higher side.
So closer to the 6 months or even more?
6 months is often seen as a common minimum if you have dependents.
A minimum. Wow.
Yeah, because a larger cushion is needed to account for potentially bigger, costlier emergencies.
Like what kind of things?
Think about a leaky roof, or the furnace suddenly dying in winter.
Ugh. Yeah. Expensive.
Right. These aren't minor things. They can easily run into thousands of dollars in unexpected repairs.
Home ownership surprises.
Definitely. And things like medical emergencies.
Yeah.
If you have multiple family members, those costs can stack up fast and drain a smaller fund quickly.
Makes sense.
Plus, think about job loss again. If the main breadwinner in a family loses their job,
Mm-hmm.
the job search might take longer. They're often looking for a role that doesn't just pay well, but maybe has good benefits, fits with childcare. It's just more complex.
Higher stake.
The stakes are absolutely higher, and the potential costs are just much more substantial.
That's a really critical distinction. Okay, now let's tackle another group. People with less predictable income.
Right.
So what about someone who's the only earner in the household? Or maybe they're self-employed, work on commission, gig work.
The variable income folks.
Yeah. This sounds like a category that just inherently carries more financial risk.
You're absolutely right. This is where the need for an even larger fund becomes really, really clear.
How much larger are we talking?
For single-income households, or people with that variable or uncertain income, financial planners often suggest aiming for maybe 9 to 12 months of expenses.
9 to 12 months.
If possible, yes. The thinking is pretty straightforward. Your income might be less predictable, less secure.
Feast or famine sometimes.
Exactly. So dry spells can last longer, and you need that bigger cushion to ride them out without panicking.
Uh-huh.
Think of a freelance graphic designer. 1 month, huge project, great income. Next month, maybe very little. They need that larger buffer just to cover basic living costs during the lean times.
Makes sense. Unlike a two-income couple, maybe.
Exactly. A dual-income household might feel okay with 3 to 6 months, because if one person loses income, the other still provides some support.
A partial safety net.
Right. But a single earner, especially with variable income, they really need that 9+ month buffer for genuine peace of mind.
Full peace of mind.
It's really about covering those essentials for however long it might realistically take to get back on your feet. Worst case scenario.
Okay, so it's really clear these aren't just hard rules like commandments.
Not at all.
They're benchmarks, starting points.
Yeah.
But then we have to really look at our own lives
Critically evaluate, yes.
to know if we should aim higher or maybe, in some specific cases, feel okay with a little less.
Precisely.
What are some of those other, maybe less obvious personal factors that might push us to adjust those numbers up or down?
Good question. So situations where you might want more than 6 months. Maybe you have a family member with special needs, requiring ongoing, possibly expensive care.
Right, predictable extra costs.
Or you own an older home or an older car that seems to constantly need big, unexpected repairs.
The money pit scenario.
Kind of, yeah. Even broader economic things matter. Like if you see an economic downturn coming, or you work in an industry known for layoffs, aiming for 8, maybe even 12 months could be a very smart, prudent move.
Being extra cautious.
Also, think about access to credit. If you have less access to other funds, or maybe a poor credit score that would make borrowing hard in an emergency, that could also push you to save more in cash.
Okay, that makes sense. What about the other way? When might someone feel comfortable aiming closer to 3 months?
Well, you might be comfortable closer to 3 if you have really robust job security.
Like super stable industry.
Yeah, maybe a government job or something considered recession-proof. Or if you have other significant backup resources already in place.
So-
Could be a generous severance package guaranteed in your contract. Or maybe you have extensive paid leave built up you could use.
Right.
Or that strong dual income safety net we talked about, where one spouse's income could easily cover all the essentials if needed.
Okay.
Even being very close to retirement might change things slightly. The goal might shift more towards protecting existing assets rather than purely income replacement.
So it's about being really honest with yourself.
Brutally honest about your actual risks and the protections you already have.
I can imagine, though, hearing numbers like 9 to 12 months of expenses, that can feel incredibly daunting for some people.
Oh, absolutely. Almost insurmountable.
Yeah. It's easy to just get overwhelmed and think, how could I possibly save that much? Where do I even start?
And that's a really important feeling to address. The most crucial thing to remember is that any emergency fund is way better than having none at all.
Start somewhere.
Exactly. Even just setting aside a few $100s can prevent one small crisis. A flat tire, a broken washing machine from turning into credit card debt.
That first step.
That initial mini fund, maybe $500 or $1,000, it can be incredibly powerful psychologically too.
Builds momentum.
It builds momentum, it builds confidence. The act of starting, even with a small, achievable goal, gets you going.
Right.
You can always build on it later if you need to, but that first step is the most critical one. Don't let the idea of the perfect fund stop you from building a good enough one right now.
That's really reassuring advice. Okay, so we've talked a lot about the why and the how much in broad terms, but let's get practical. For someone sitting down, maybe with their budget spreadsheet, how do they actually figure out their specific custom number? What's the process?
Okay, this is where you get really personal with your own finances.
Pen and paper time.
Or a spreadsheet, yeah. You need to pull together a really precise list of your true must-pay bills each month.
Okay.
And remember, this isn't your total take-home pay.
Right, not everything you spend.
No, it's the bare essentials, the things you absolutely cannot live without if things got tough.
So what's on that list?
Housing costs, definitely. Rent or mortgage. Utilities, gas, electric, water.
Yep.
A realistic budget for basic groceries, not fancy stuff.
Got it.
Any insurance premiums that are non-negotiable: health, car, maybe renters or homeowners. Childcare costs, if that applies.
Crucial one for parents.
Absolutely. And the minimum payments on any loans, student loans, car loans, credit cards, just the minimum to stay current.
Okay, so you add all that up for 1 month.
You tally up that monthly total, then you multiply it by your chosen number of months.
Whether that's 3, 6, 9.
Or even 12, depending on your situation we discussed.
Yeah.
And that number you get, that's your truly customized savings goal.
Ah, okay.
It reflects your actual emergency needs, which are probably quite different from your regular, comfortable spending habits.
Because you'd cut back in an emergency.
Exactly. You'd likely dish all the non-essentials: eating out, entertainment, vacations, shopping. So your emergency budget needs to reflect that leaner reality.
These insights really help make the idea of a tailored fund much clearer. Let's maybe run through a couple more diverse real-world examples just to hammer home how flexible and personal this really is.
Sure, that's good.
Okay, how about a dual-income couple? Both have stable jobs, maybe in high-demand fields.
Okay. Well, they might look at their situation and confidently decide that, say, 4 months of expenses feels perfectly sufficient for them.
Only 4. Why?
Well, maybe both spouses also have access to generous paid leave through work. Or perhaps their employment contracts include severance packages.
Ah, extra layers of protection.
Exactly. Those provide an additional cushion, an immediate fallback, if one of them did face a job change.
Right.
So their combined resources, their job security, it makes a slightly lower buffer feel perfectly adequate for their comfort level. They have multiple fallbacks.
Okay, that's a good contrast. Now, what about someone facing maybe more financial vulnerability?
Okay, let's think about maybe a single mother with 2 kids. And let's say she works in a commission-based sales job.
Okay, variable income again, sole provider.
Precisely. She would likely feel that saving at least 8 months, maybe even more, is absolutely necessary.
Why so much higher?
Well, her family's entire livelihood depends solely on her income.
True.
Any interruption to that income would have immediate, pretty severe consequences. There's no backup earner.
Mm-hmm.
And her job search, if she needed one, might also prioritize different things like good schools, childcare availability, location, which could potentially make finding the right new role take longer.
More constraints.
Yeah. Her higher financial responsibility combined with the income variability just demands a much more substantial cushion for real security.
That makes perfect sense. And one more. Maybe someone just starting out, like fresh out of college. It can feel like such a huge mountain to climb then.
Totally. So consider a recent college grad. Maybe they're renting an apartment with a couple of roommates.
Okay.
For them, maybe the initial goal isn't 6 or 9 months. Maybe they start with a smaller, more achievable target, like, say, $5,000.
Which might be
which could represent maybe around 3 months of their really bare-bones shared living expenses.
Right.
The beauty there is it's a start. They can build it gradually over time.
As their income grows.
As their income increases, yeah. As their responsibilities maybe change, as their financial life gets a bit more complex. It's like a phased approach.
Building confidence along the way.
Exactly. Building confidence with each step instead of just feeling paralyzed by some massive number right at the beginning.
So, summing all these examples up,
Mm.
what's the common thread? What connects these different approaches?
In essence, I think it really all boils down to performing a clear, honest assessment of your personal risk factors.
Looking inward.
Looking inward, yes. Consider your family size, your specific job security.
Mm.
How stable is it, really? The stability of your income overall. Your health,
Health is a big word.
huge. And all your financial responsibilities, debts, dependents, everything.
Okay.
Then, based on that honest assessment, you choose a target number of months that genuinely covers your basis.
What feels right for you?
What feels right? What provides security? Now, generally, it's probably better to err on the side of saving a bit more if you can.
Build in some buffer.
Build in a buffer, exactly.
Hmm.
But the really critical message, I think, is not to get intimidated by a potentially big number when you're starting out.
Don't let it stop you.
Don't let it stop you. The key is that you can build it up gradually, step by step, one paycheck at a time, if needed.
So, after this really insightful deep dive, it seems crystal clear. An emergency fund isn't just some arbitrary number you're supposed to hit.
Definitely not.
It's really a deeply personal strategy,
Mm-hmm.
something that has to adapt to your unique life, right?
Yeah.
Income stability, your family situation, any personal safety net you already have.
Exactly. It's all about tailoring that expert advice, those general guidelines, to fit your actual world.
Making it work for you.
Precisely. And maybe I can leave you and everyone listening with a final thought to reflect on.
Please do.
Consider the profound peace of mind that comes with this. It's not just about your wallet, you know?
It's more than money.
It's about your mind. Think about what having that secure financial cushion could truly free you up to do or achieve in your life.
Like what?
Well, maybe it's the confidence to actually pursue a new career path you've been dreaming of, knowing you have a buffer if you take a calculated risk.
Okay, yeah. Less fear.
Less fear. Or maybe it's the ability to fully focus on caring for a loved one during a health crisis without that crushing weight of financial stress on top of everything else.
Being present.
Being present, exactly. Or maybe it's simpler. Maybe it's just having the mental space to think clearly and solve a problem when life inevitably throws that curveball,
Instead of just panicking about money.
instead of just scrambling to survive financially. So we really encourage you to take that first step, no matter how small it feels.
Just start.
Just start building your personalized safety net and start reclaiming some of that mental freedom that comes with it.